luxury, jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind the family, no regrets. He's got a birthday, I'm your old Shanghai. Eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxie show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home he's chasing new Asian delight. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Tongues on streams, he cries poor again. He's made 10, gives him $5 grand, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore.
Hello, 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 Mr. Goldberg. How are you today?
Well, we were doing a little pre-show dance. I hope your balls are not too sore to carry on today.
Actually, I wanted to ask you something to everybody out there. If you're in a stale, shitty relationship, sexless, get out there and find a new love.
Absolutely. Just like you did.
My problem is I'm like Windows 95, right? I like to multitask. Now,
well,
this is
listen.
what's always got me into trouble is the multitasking. See, I haven't quite closed one application when I'm doing another. Does that make sense?
It does, but you know what Benjamin.
And I'd even say if we asked Mrs. Dr. Wang,
forgot her name.
she would say, well, you were not only multitasking, but you had 2 different operating systems at the same time.
Fair point. Listen, Benjamin Franklin once said, you should always make love to older women because they're grateful and they make you breakfast in the morning. So that's the benefit of older women. I myself...
Benjamin Franklin said that, did he?
Yes, he did. He wrote it in his autobiography.
Benjamin Franklin...
famous founding father of the
older women quotes. Okay. Yeah. Advice to a friend on choosing a mistress. This was his advice. Fuck me dead. Advice to a friend on choosing a mistress is a letter Benjamin Franklin dated 1745 in which Franklin counsels a young man about channeling sexual urges. The text begins by advising the young man that a cure for sexual urges is unknown and the proper solution is to take a wife. then expressing doubts that the intended reader will actually marry, Franklin names several advantages of marriage, including unwanted pregnancy, greater prudence in conducting a intrigue.
Yeah.
Interesting guy, isn't he? He's a very interesting dude. That's for sure. Okay, speaking of which, we've got a super chat. First super chat for the day is Little Dave. $5. Be careful when you let someone on today. Uzi, aka Vincent, is on the prowl dropping racial slurs. That's awful.
Lovely.
You know what? I don't understand why someone, I'll be honest with you, I love everybody. Okay?
I hate everybody.
And I don't understand why someone gets a rise out of saying something nasty about someone.
I told you why. He's 5'7".
I don't get it.
He's 5'7".
Oh.
You know, how did I know? Do you remember when we were talking that night and he was ranting and raving and I said, Uzi, how tall are you? Are you 5'7"? He was like, yeah. I was like, well, that explains everything. It's just, listen, I'm not making fun of short people. We got short people in the audience, the vertically challenged, but Uzi's got that little guy syndrome.
Rich Mitch, £2 super chat. How did Mark come to realize he was gay? Well, he was turned. It's like, how did you realize you were straight? He likes tits and ass, ass and pussy. Well, Mark was more ass, and he found men to be more attractive at times. And I must tell you, I've found some men attractive myself.
Oh, for example, give us some.
In fact, did you know a lot of heterosexual men actually do have occasional homosexual fantasies? Did you know that?
Are you familiar with the Kinsey scale? They did a study which said there's no such thing as a straight man.
Yep. And in fact, I got to tell you, I have never had a lady boy, but I wouldn't rule anything out.
Well, I would like to say thank you, Archie, for answering the question that was asked of me, but answering it better than I could have. Well done. So
actually, Marky, speaking of previews, I've got a great video I would like you to have a look. I don't know if you'd want to have a look at this video, because this is the video that Keslow didn't have the balls to make. Okay.
Wow, that's bold. That's an accusation right there. Let's have a look.
Yeah, do you reckon we should play it or not?
I do, but first we have to do this super chat.
Super chat! Here we go, Rich Mitch. I want to hear Mark's story. £2.
Why do you do that better than me? Say it one more time.
Super chat! Super chat!
Super chat! I have a problem sounding that gay. It is difficult. When I say super chat, I'm just really imitating Curly. Anyway, okay. What's my story? Penis. That's about the size of it. It's about the size of it. I don't know. I mean, do any of us have a story? When Rich Mitch, when did you decide you like girls? I don't know. It crept up on me. That's all I can say. Crept up on me.
Now let's have a look at this video, Mark, and you can give me. I haven't released this, so this is like a sneak preview.
Ooh,
Tell me whether you think I should run it or not do it. Okay.
Let's have a look.
And it's called. The title of the video is "Sea Dog Customer Service is Terrible." Glashütte Original CQ. Okay, here we go. Hi guys, it's Archie Luxury here on the Archie Luxury channel. And today, guys, I want to talk about a friend of mine, Keslowitz, who recently got rid of his Glashütte Original. He got rid of his Glashütte Original CQ watch. And the reason he got rid of it was because of fucking appalling service from Glashütte. And I got to be honest with you. They behave like a bunch of fucking cunts. Like a bunch of fucking how to win friends and influence people there, Marky. I want to tell you the story.
Yeah, they're not going to be sponsoring us anytime soon.
Before we do that. I like when I work off on a tangent. Don't you? Look at this.
I feel like
I wanted to tell you the story of my own tale of bitchiness. This was with IWC. I recently explained on my stream here that I'd bought an IWC and the box had just disintegrated. That is crap, Mark. Don't you agree? Don't
you
hate sort of that? Shit. I want to keep this stuff going. So if you've got a
both
tale
of you are interrupting
of
me.
woe you'd like me to discuss, email me at archieluxury72@gmail.com. Archie, Now, I want to tell you the story. This belonged to a good friend of mine, Keslovitz. And he's a Hollywood type. He's a Hollywood type. But, you know, he's got some amazing watches. But the thing is, this is still a lot of money for anyone to have there. He's got a very impressive collection. I quite like his collection. And he's now got this. I'll just show you. Here we go. This was the collection before. He had a Batman, an Explorer 2, and the Glashütte original CQ. That was his diver. And this was a guy who's got a 3-piece feed, just a normal middle class sort of dude. You know, he's living the Hollywood dream. Anyhow, he bought the CQ. He got a bit of a discount, not a great discount. And what happened next is absolutely fucking appalling. The warranty on Glashütte is 2 years. And I think it was 2 years, 3 months. And what happened was the threading, that's right, the threading itself there, that's for the crown, how the crown screwed in, it basically became threaded and it couldn't screw in anymore. Now, this occasionally does happen. Doesn't really happen, I must say, on modern, normally, Rolexes that are 30, 40 fucking years old. And anyhow, he had this problem. And he then, what do? Well, you get in touch with Glashütte Original. And they basically, what did they say? What did they do? They basically told him to go fuck himself. That's right. They basically told him to go fuck himself. They said it's not covered by warranty. It's wear and tear. And I got to be totally honest with you. What a bunch of fucking nasty, vicious cunts. Now, the problem is Keslovitz doesn't have the balls.
I feel like we should look at you, not looking at you.
Stink.
Please watch Archie.
If this was in Australia, Australian, state of Queensland consumer law says that the item needs to be merchantable quality and it needs to last for what sort of purpose you'd expect it to. So, for example, an automobile would have a longer warranty, should have a longer lasting period than, say, a bag of licorice or a bag of fruit. You'd expect a bag of shit. A bag of shit, Mark. Whereas an automobile, you'd expect it to give you. We've got a super chat. Let's get the super chat. We've got Raina Quaus, 25 Polish Lazotta, Tudor Black Bay versus SBG X355. Pull both up. Give both a rating out of 10 and please put a few minutes into it. Have small wrists. Yes, I will definitely do that for you. That's actually a $10 Australian super chat. We definitely will spend some time. Let me just finish this video on Glashütte.
You have to. Should I get my Glashütte? Should I go get mine out of the box?
Yes, go get it. Years of use. Now, I gotta tell you, Glashütte behaved like a bunch of fucking cunts. They flinched and said, "No, we can't just replace the crown. The integrity of the watch is therefore void. We want to do a service." And that's it. See, they're a bunch of fucking money-hungry cunts. And I want to call Glashütte out. What a bunch of fucking cunts! Bunch of cunts! And if you're from Glashütte, fucking email me and I will fucking give you the fucking details so you can go and fix this fucking abortion of a fucking customer service fucking disaster. That's right. Email me if you're at Glashütte. Fucking email me and I'll give you the goss. I'll give you the details. So my good friend Kesslowitz, he fought like a bitch. He said, I think this should be covered. No, sir. No, no. Glashütte, you are a bunch of fucking assholes. In the end, he said, okay, let's just service it. He got the watch back. And what did he do? He dumped it. Dumped the fucking thing like a bitch on a date. He pumped and dumped. Like a lady boy. He fucked the shit out of it and then he dumped the fucking thing. And that's the whole thing, see? Customer service was so bad. The customer experience, Glashütte, was fucking shithouse. And I got to be honest with you, this is the whole thing. See, sometimes when we're in this hobby, we expect the quality to be there. But companies like Glashütte, they behave like a bunch of fucking cunts. That's right. They behave like a bunch of fucking cunts. The Crown. Now, I got to be honest with you. I've met Kesslowitz. He's a meticulous fuck. The guy is a meticulous fuck. And he's very particular. He loves his watches. He looks after them. He doesn't use and abuse. He really looks after them. And for the threading to go, for them to tell him, oh, you've got to do a service, that is fucking shit poor. Glashütte, you are a bunch of fucking assholes. That's right. You're a bunch of fucking assholes. That's what you are. Fucking assholes. Fucking assholes. I just wanted to make this video and tell everybody what a bunch of cunts they are. So what did he do? He dumps his sea dog, dumps the fucking thing, and he's never, ever going to go anywhere near the fucking German brand again. Go fuck yourself, Glashütte. Fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself. That's what he basically did. He told Glashütte to go stick it up your fucking asshole. He dumped it. He got it back. He paid the bill and he dumped it on the secondary market because it didn't live up to his expectations. And the customer service from Glashütte was fucking shithouse. That's right. It was fucking shithouse. And by the way, if you are watching this video, why don't you forward this to the cunts, to the fucking cunts at Glashütte? Send it to Glashütte now. And if Glashütte wants to get in touch with me, I'll give you the full details so you can refund the cunt. You can refund Kesslowitz the money that you fucking lousy turds should fucking refund.
So you think that they should stand behind their product, right?
Refund him because you're a bunch of greedy sons of bitches.
You think they should?
Yeah, I just.
How's that for a sermon? Do you like my sermon?
Tell everybody.
Hang on a sec. I got a question.
I
have a question. I'm like Terry tonight. I have a question.
Yes.
So you believe they should have stood firmly behind the product, correct?
Yes.
Well, you know, fella contacted me offline, and he wants a couple super chats back because you didn't adequately answer them. Will you stand behind the product and refund super chats?
I'm not Glashütte original.
Are you just a lazy fucking cunt?
Lazy fuck! I'm a lazy fuck!
You know, our chances of getting Glashütte Original, maybe you should go to their booth at Watches and Wankers and, you know, play this for them on your phone.
I will own a Glashütte Pano Inverse. I love that watch.
Let's check this out.
Sorry to hear about these service problems.
Oh, check that out. So Glashütte Original, stick it up your fucking asshole. Guys, I'm Archie Luxury. This is the video today. The warning, stay the fuck away from brands like Glashütte who give you no customer service. They're not Rolex. This is why Rolex is the king, because at least Rolex, they have decency and they look after the customer. Glashütte, You know what, Kesslowitz? He'd never go back to this brand in his life because you fucking assholes behave like a bunch of fucking cunts. That's right. You behave like a bunch of cunts. And I want to bring it out in the. They're not exhibiting. I want to let everybody know what a bunch of cunts you fucking dog turds are. Because they're thinking I want to let everybody know. Dog turds. Guys, if you are buying or
we have
selling
super
a watch
chats
in
stacking
America,
up. Maybe they're going to want refunds.
Dealer I recommend. Fuck the AD. Don't. Okay, that's enough
that's
of
the
the.
Perfect, that was the perfect place to stop it.
Okay, let's have a look here. We've got a couple. Let's catch these super chats, then we'll come back to the. Hey, very quick hello to Mike. Hey, Mike, how are you?
Me? I'm fine.
Yeah, Mike. And by the way, that was excellent fish and chips you had.
Oh, it looked so good. It looked so
Fuck!
good.
I want to go out and do that. You know,
I'd love to take either of you, both of you, out to Betty's. It's just a hole in the wall place, but the best fish and chips consistently for the last 30 years. I'm well known there. I'm known as Blueberry Mike at Betty's because they're also known for their famous pies that they make. That's how the whole 35 years ago, that's how the operation started, was actually with the bakery. But then they opened the restaurant. So, but anyways, they sell these little personal pies and they are off the chain. They make blackberry, triple berry, which is like blackberry, raspberry, and some other kind of I don't know what berry, but it's dark and blackberryish, lots of seeds, but still delicious. And their crust is like no other. And then their blueberry though. I'm not like, if you ask me what's your favorite flavor of pie, I wouldn't say blueberry just isn't the first that pops up. But this lady's blueberry is like different. It's like completely different, and it like triggers me really hard. And they used to make it on the regular, and what my thing was to take dates or take my friends out for lunch, and I'd buy them one of these pies, and they were like, they'd take a bite and go, "Oh my God, you're right. This is unbelievable." And
I have the best blueberry story ever, but I can't tell it on the air. Something happened in a blueberry field once, where the bushes, and it was a pick your own blueberry farm. And let's just say blueberries have more than one use. Okay, so but they're also edible.
Okay, there we go. We got another super chat in. Let's get these super chats.
Yeah.
Mitch, £5. Glashütte sounds like something you do to someone from behind. And we got fella. Okay, $2. We'll do profile 36-year-old running in his 5711 in Palm Beach. You know what I would say? There's only one word to describe that. Actually, two words.
Don't say douchebag.
Douchebag. How did you know that? Douchebag, douchebag, douchebag.
Wait.
Now, if it was a gold 5711 on a leather strap, that'd be a classy douchebag. But if it's just steel,
I feel like fella has a vulnerability that you don't know about, Archie. He has one little thing that you don't know.
Can I tell you, he is so good looking. I thought he was gay because normally gay men
he is very good looking.
Are super good looking, right?
He's not in Palm Beach. He's in West Palm Beach, which is different.
Oh.
So West Palm Beach.
Mar-a-Lago's in West Palm Beach.
No. Mar-a-Lago is in Palm Beach. He's on the wrong side of the canal.
Let's see.
It's still magnificent, by the way. But he's on the other side.
Now I got to tell you something. We've also got let's get back to this Tudor versus the Grand Seiko. So for starters, let's call this up. We'll get it back up on the screen now.
I have that Tudor. I don't know what the other one is, but the Tudor.
And so the Tudor, it's a Tudor 54, right?
Yep.
And I got to tell you, the 54 itself, This is actually a really nice watch. It's 37 mil. It's still quite a chunky fucking monkey. It's a chunky fucking monkey.
It's not chunky. It's not. It's thin. It's small. It wears a little bigger than you would think, but it is not chunky. It is not. It's not thick.
Is it a ladies' watch or a men's watch?
No, it's like a men's watch, but very.
I think the 58 is perfect. I think the 58 is probably better.
Listen, the 54. He said he has small wrists. Fine. If you have 6-inch wrist or under, you know you're going to be happy with the 54. If you're 6.5 inches and over, get the 58 is my advice.
I've got to tell you, now let's have a look at the Grand Seiko, because they actually do some really good work. I quite like the watches that they do. And I got to be totally honest with you, Marky Poo. I got to be totally honest with you in the sense that I kind of, the Glashütte themselves, the Hooters, I like my Hooters, right? I do like my Hooters.
I have a big Hooter.
SBGX 355. It sounds like a fighter. Oh, it's a white dial. What do I think? You know what? I got to be honest with you. I'd probably, between those two, I would give the Black Bay 54 a rating of about a 6.5. Whereas the the Grand Seiko, I think this watch, because it's a semi-dress watch, I think it justifies the sizing so much better. I'd give this a 7.75. Out of those two, I would say, now, if you asked me if it was a Black Bay 58, that's a different animal, different equation. But those two, I'd probably go Grand Seiko. And I'd like to hear from Mark and Mike. What do you think, Mike and Mark?
Yeah, Mikey.
Well, I'm not a big fan. The Black Bay 58 I'm not a big fan of. But you know, I have my reasons. But it's a very fine watch, very nice watch. But is this a spring drive Grand Seiko or a high beat?
This watch here is actually what it is. That's a very good question. He's asking the questions that, you know, someone once told me, Mikey, never ask a question you don't already know the answer to. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask a question if you don't know the thing about it. Now, this watch itself, what it is, Mikey, that's a good point you raised there. What is this watch? SBGX 355. Holy shit, Mike! I think we just shit a brick. Guess what? It's quartz. Fuck, it's quartz, Mark.
Okay.
Fuck, it's quartz. We were deceived. That's like when I put my hand into their pants and it's a lady boy. There's a horrible penis in the pants. Fuck!
You say that like it's a bad thing. Look, I personally would have taken the Tudor anyway because I prefer a dive watch with a bezel, but I'm not nuts about either of these two guys. And I own one. I really would like. I'm going to sell it. I'm going to sell that 54. If anybody wants a hardly ever worn 54, get a hold of me.
Yeah, I'm a fan of their, the bigger diver watches. Like
you're a Pelagos kind of a man.
But isn't their Black Bay kind of a dive watch as well? Doesn't have a screw down crown?
It's definitely it's a dive watch.
Yeah, and so what about just the Black Bays, the 42s? The red and the I forget what the other color dial is. You know what I'm talking about, Archie? I think Archie's got one or had one. It's a 42 millimeter Tudor Black Bay.
You're talking about it's 41 millimeter, and it's the and I have one. I have the burgundy one. The original.
Yes, it's a Black Bay. Nothing.
Yeah, they still make it. They still
that. Yeah, see, I'm all over that watch before but I have big wrists, so I have my biases. If you have smaller wrists, the 58 becomes more feasible for you. But yeah, I forgot what I was talking about.
Hey, that's okay, Mikey. We've got to move on. Let's move on with these super chats. Here we go. Fella, $2. We've got to give him some more value because we don't want to have the refund situation.
Exactly, right?
36-year-old running in his 57. Why would you be running? Isn't that watch kind of delicate?
You know what, though? He does not baby his watches. I'm going to give him credit. He goes to the gym in a Protect.
I don't particularly see that as a good thing, but
he is a
doesn't baby his cars.
He doesn't baby any of his possessions. In other words, he uses them, and that's I think a good thing.
I don't think your stuff nothing should be coveted. If you covet it, you don't use it because you're scared to use it, and so if you don't covet something, then you're not afraid of that first scratch. You'll wear it anywhere, do anything with it.
Do not covet thy neighbor's wife, but I do covet your fish and chips.
Why does the Bible in the sins he mentions adultery twice?
These are questions. Aussie expat.
Aussie expat. How are
Good day, gentlemen. Doing well. Just Sunday afternoon here in Las Vegas. Pretty quiet.
Las Vegas.
Direct from the strip.
Yeah. Well, direct from my garage.
Nice.
Once it hits summertime, I cannot set foot in there. So if it doesn't get organized in the springtime, it's no good.
What are you cooking for dinner tonight, Aussie?
Tonight we're going out. We're going out for some Hong Kong cafe style Chinese food.
We're going for chicken winner dinner, chicken dinner.
So you don't cook? You look down on cooking?
I'm starting to cook.
Me? Who are you talking to? I love cooking, Marky. I fucking love. Let me show you some of my dishes.
I'm cooking now. Well, yeah. What are your dishes?
Please, actually, I really do want your advice. So, hey, Aussie expat, you're the closest to 36-year-old profile, a 36-year-old running in his 5711 in Palm Beach. I just said one word, 2 words, douchebag. I want to hear it from you.
No, you can do what you want. Come on. I just want to hear the anecdote after the 5711's broken because you decided to actually do sport in a quote unquote sport watch.
He would throw it away and buy another one. That's what he would do.
Here we go. We got fella $2.10 sent a vid. Let me get the vid up.
You see this? You see that head like that?
I'm getting it. I'm loading it up now. By the way, would you I think he'd be far more classy. Please tell me. I think he'd be far more classy if he was wearing. I think he'd be far more classy if he was. Oh, it's a white dial one as well.
Oh, I like that. I do like that. No, I mean, look, getting fit in any way, shape, or form, that's commendable, regardless. Taking care of what really matters.
Oh, he's fit.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Okay, I'm just loading
very
it up
good.
now.
I find the 5711 a weird choice. So when I'm running, I'm normally trying my best to beat my times. And so I would need something that I could keep my time on. And for me, if you're going mechanical, the best watch for that is a dive watch. But look, I've tried a chronograph. It's impossible while running to read a chronograph.
Here we go. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Did you see the video?
That's the canal, and he's on the West Palm Beach side. What you're seeing on the other side is Palm Beach, where Mar-a-Lago is located, and he lives super close to Mar-a-Lago. He just a brief swim away.
Very cool. Very cool. I'd love to visit. I've never been to Florida. I love to visit. It's always on my cards of places that maybe I'll live one day, but
I don't know if you two would get along. Do two Australians in America, like each other, or are they like repelled by one another?
It depends
I
on.
think it depends.
It depends on the distance. Yeah.
I think it depends on the polarity of the magnet.
Yeah, I tend not to get along with Australians that think that Australia is the best at everything, and they constantly complain about how America is not better than every other country in the world. But if he's not one of those, we'll probably get along.
Yeah, no, he's not a complainer.
Yeah. As long as they're not a whinger, I'd probably get along.
No, he's not a whinger. On the other hand, he does keep garbage in his Ferrari, like literal garbage bag with like dirty clothes.
So you're saying he dailies a Ferrari? It's pretty good. That's
with
pretty
garbage,
good.
with stinky gym clothes in a garbage bag.
But this is also the guy who's doing the Richard Mille, right?
Yes.
Yeah. See, that's a bit funny. That's a bit funny. That seems like a person who's less selfish, self-confident.
So
needs more external validation.
Let me get this. He's living in his Ferrari with all of his shit and all of his groceries.
Nobody lives in a Ferrari, Mikey. If you own a Ferrari, you can afford it.
I know. I was just being funny.
The insurance would guarantee such a thing would not be happening. I mean, if you can afford the insurance, you can afford a house as well.
Yeah. There's a buffer zone there where you can dip into luxury, like as a lower income person, and you pop up like on a wave on a graph, and there are times in life where you're able to grab a watch and you do, and then are times where the wave kind of is on a downslope, and then
watch is a little bit more different. Cars, anything's possible. Absolutely anything's possible. Like it doesn't surprise me that people have no money at all have like supercars. That doesn't surprise me. Watches are a lot harder to get away with because they're non-collateralized. Getting financing arrangements for a watch, as far as I know, doesn't exist. So if someone's got a watch, they had that money in a bank account at some point.
$2. Mike the Snake, does anyone call about the 9:30 anymore?
I do get an occasional call, but no. I mean,
I got to tell you,
the ad ended a long time ago.
Can I tell you something about selling cars? Because I just sold my father's Mercedes Benz. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz? My friends all drive Porsches. We must make amends. You know what? If you're not getting bites, Mike, in this market, it means one thing. Your price is too high, Mike.
If you're not selling, what are you saying? If you're not selling right now, your price is too high?
Sold within a couple of weeks, your price is too high. I had a high price on the Mercedes. It wasn't going. Oh, Lord, I wish it was worth more, but I bit the bullet and I sold it. I sold the fucking thing because I wanted that bitch out of my life. By the way, Aussie Expat, what did you think of my video on Glashütte Original CQ?
Unless it was an old video, I haven't seen it yet.
No, it's a brand new. I haven't released it yet. It was on the stream this morning.
Okay.
I called them out for being a
turn your volume down.
Of course. What happened was Keslowitz had it for 2.5 years, and the crown, the threading, it wouldn't screw in anymore. So he took it to them because it's got a 2-year warranty, and they said, "Sorry, sir, the warranty's over. We'll have to do a full service." And I just felt that was pretty crap. How do you feel on that? Please don't let me.
What was wrong?
The threading on the crown, it wouldn't screw in anymore.
Ooh, that's pretty rough, isn't it? I mean, you tell me. I'm
asking you.
If it's out of warranty, it's out of warranty. I mean,
no, but it's not. Under Australian consumer law, there is no such thing as warranty. It's how long would you feasibly expect the item to last for? We've got different.
Oh, wow.
2 years. 2 years.
No, but their warranty.
In that case, like a mechanical watch, I mean, I'd expect that to. Yeah, that's a funny one because they're very open about servicing requirements. So it's not like you can say, "Oh, a car is 20 years, so the warranty needs to be 20 years, and I'm never going to even do an oil change and expect you to fix it." So I don't even know how to interpret that. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I would try to figure out what does it mean that they have like service intervals, because clearly like the Crown getting fucked. Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't even think Rolex would honor that if like the Crown was fucked up. I mean, they
Rolex
just say
has
it's
a
user
5-year
error.
warranty though.
Yeah, but even if it was like the day later, say, hey, the Crown's fucked up, that'd be because they'd say that would be user error. Now, I'm not going to blame the user in every instance. Okay, like they could have machined a burr in it and it caused problems or something. But yeah, I don't know on the consumer side what to do. I mean, that's an expensive fix because they got to replace the whole mid case, I imagine. That sucks.
I gotta ask you something, okay, Aussie expat?
Yeah.
Super chat. We got a super chat in. Let me grab the super chat first. We've got one from Fella, $2. Make the snake face reality and sell it to Fella for 35 grand. Mikey, just drop it a little bit. Try 65 or 75. That's what I would do.
I've got it covered, and I'm not talking finances about it on the stream. I already said that.
We got a super chat from Mike Howard, $10. Lux Jewelers in McMurray, Pennsylvania, loves Archie, the OG, the great. We've been with you since the beginning. Wow, look at that. Lux Jewelers in McMurray, Pennsylvania. Thank you so much.
I'm from Pennsylvania. I never heard of McMurray. Where is McMurray, Mike Howard? Where is it?
I got a watch problem. Which watch do you go to for going to dinner with your neighbor? Not a high-class place, cash only, but it is middle-class America BS.
The Tudor.
Oh, it's simple. Explorer 2, Explorer 2, Explorer 2.
Explorer 2 for middle-class Chinese.
Polar. That's it.
Yeah. Okay, we'll do that. We'll pick up that. So it's not the Daytona. You don't go whole hog. You go Daytona.
No. Daytona's tacky. That's tacky.
And you're still wearing a Rolex to Middle America. I'm putting on the Tudor in such a case.
Yeah, because you need to throw your weight around.
Just a little, but not too much.
Well, if you wear a Rolex, you have to pay the bill for everybody.
Yeah. Well, I'm happy to pay the bill.
South of Pittsburgh. I got you. Pittsburgh, I know. Pittsburgh for sure. Western PA, southwestern PA then.
And none of these will be set because it was daylight savings here in USA. That had me thinking, your perpetual calendar is like completely useless with all this daylight saving rubbish. Hopefully they abolish it eventually.
Perpetual. You mean a world time?
Actually,
no, you have to set the watch.
Perpetual calendar, you just wind it back an hour. That doesn't mean anything. You mean a world time.
My Breitling World Time account.
You mean a perpetual? Hey, Aussie expat, I just want a yes, just a yes of acknowledgement. You're talking about a world time, not a perpetual calendar. Perpetual calendar.
No, I'm talking about calendars. Like, so normally the statement around such a piece is
nuts, Mark. What do I do with
you? Don't have to set the watch.
Yeah,
once every 4 years or once every 100 years or something. But the reality is, daylight savings, you're not escaping.
No, well, that just means you wind it back an hour. So what? What's the big deal? You don't have to fuck with the date or mechanism, do you? I don't quite get what you're getting at.
Can claim the same thing.
Yeah, you do.
Aussie expat, that's about as fucking ridiculous. That statement is about as fucking ridiculous as you telling everybody not to buy a home or apartment. Fucking stupid advice, Aussie.
Let's get some more stupid advice.
I gotta call it out. It's bad advice.
Let's get some more stupid advice from Aussie with this super chat.
Oh, wow. I love this one.
Aussie, 2 minutes explaining how you value BTC. Go!
Bitcoin.
Okay, I can do that. market cap of all currencies is around about 200 trillion. And nobody wants fiat currency. Everyone tries to get into other investments, so it's literally nobody wants it. Nobody wants it. It's a 200 trillion. Eventually, it'll happen. Bitcoin replaces all currencies. So it's going to be a multiple of 200 trillion. So let's say,
are you a billions TV fan? Are you that series with?
No, I've never seen it. I know what it is. I mean, it's curious. I'll take some time eventually to look at it. Doesn't fascinate me. But
I think Fella is like Axe. You know that, Mark? Fella is like Axe from Axe Capital. You know that?
I don't watch it either. So no, I don't know.
But
wait, you got to finish 2 minutes, Archie.
Yeah, let me finish it. My 2 minutes are almost up. So 400 trillion, market cap of Bitcoin's now like 1.8. So you're talking still like another 200x from here. So
how long? How long is this going to take?
Maybe not in my lifetime.
Oh, well, that's no damn good.
Well, 200x is a long way to go. So
yeah, but you're younger than me, so
yeah.
I cannot expect my Bitcoin to go 200x anytime soon, is what you're saying.
200 all the way? No, nothing goes in a straight line. If it was going to go in a straight line, it would be 200x today already. You know,
that'd be all right.
Like if I told you it's 200x next year, then you buy everything today, right?
I would.
So yeah, there'll be plenty of opportunities between now and when it finally caps out. Plenty of opportunity. But that's why you shouldn't sweat the difference between 80,000, 50,000, 100,000. It's none of it's going to mean anything.
Fuck that Explorer looks so cool. You know what I hate? You know what I fucking hate, Marky? Because I've been burgled, and you were going to give me a lecture how they could still get into the case by drilling one hole and putting.
Yeah, I don't want you showing it on TV. I don't want you showing it.
Yeah, well, you know what, Mark? I don't put anything in it besides women's underwear, Mark. That's all that's in there, okay? You know what? I fucking want my Explorer back. After seeing you fumbling there, Ozzy, I fucking want my watch back.
Did you put it in the safe or something?
It's in the bank safe. I don't have them at home anymore because of burglary.
Oh, that's very wise.
Super chat. Super chat. The Matthew had $10. Just finishing work, fellas. I'll do my best to come out, join the show.
I believe Matthew, we met him last night. He's he's in the hairdressing supply business.
Cool. Nothing like small business. I've been interacting with a lot of people who made their money in business, and it's like it's a world I don't even know at all. Like, full respect. Like I don't know anything about running an actual business. I know software and engineering, but wow.
Yeah, I can't do it. Super chat.
Fella, $2. Ozzy is a very smart guy. He's 120 of my IQ, though.
Hey, that's. Geez, where did that come from?
It came from
Ozzy. I'm gonna have to go and get my Explorer. What are you doing, man? That watch is so fucked. Marky, you've also got an Explorer too. Does this make you horny for it?
I mean, I could go pull it out.
Fuck, it's so beautiful. I love the white. Fuck me, dead. And yours is in such beautiful condition, Ozzy.
Yeah, it's probably only got about 50 days on
it. Because he doesn't go running in them.
Well, I got a lot of other. The Explorer 1 gets a lot more sport than the Explorer 2. Like, I actually play golf and stuff.
But
I've played a few rounds of golf in the Explorer 2.
You should not play golf in your watch. That is, man, you know what?
It's a Rolex, Archie.
No, but it's still not. It doesn't have the shock. Do you understand? Constantly hitting it, right? Come on.
Shock absorbers.
No, but it's not meant for that, man. You should not play.
You can live in a Rolex.
Yeah, the 3 watches I played golf with are the Submariner, Explorer 2, and Explorer 1.
And then you wonder why the timing is so bad. Then he wonders why the timing's so bad.
I'm gonna do it. It has to last. And I still play golf with it. Like, it has to.
Okay, well, look, you're not fooling anyone except yourself, because that's like having a car and treating it like shit. Then you wonder why the gearbox explodes. Well, it's not meant for that. Just because you can pull it off a few times and got away with it doesn't mean it's meant for that. It's like the fuckwit I worked with who used to wear pearl necklace. He said to me he had a Breitling chronomat. He took it swimming. He used to always swim with it. And I said, it's not really meant for waterproof swimming. I wouldn't be doing that. I told him I would not be doing that. But no, he doesn't listen. I said, just because you got away with it doesn't mean you should do it. And that's the same to you, Aussie expat.
So I understand. I understand I'm taking a certain risk. But
if you enjoy it and it works for you, hey, sunshine, go for it. That's all I can
say. So if you're able to play a round of golf, a lot of things in your life must be going very well. You know, you must have a reasonable amount of health, a reasonable amount of time, reasonably stress-free enough to be able to get out there and think, oh, what can I do for fun? So there's nothing better than adding a Rolex to your wrist on top of that. How many days like that do we have left?
Let's use them all.
But it might not be much.
The guys who make me, will you go in a hot tub with your Rolex?
I've hot tubbed Tudors.
I find the chemicals strong.
Yeah, you got to be very wary of the chemicals. Yeah,
that's bullshit. I've been going in hot tubs for like 30 years with Rollies and never.
No, with Rolex, as long as it's a steel model, cool. But
I went in. Look, it's nothing is terminal, but I found it had a horrible kind of. It just didn't feel good, so I never did it.
It off and go. You know what? 904L steel, fuckers. You can live in.
Yeah, steel is good, but there's a fantastic post on the Rolex forums where a guy had a yellow gold two-tone date just modern, like 2021, I think, around about, and he went into a hot tub, and it immediately turned rose gold.
For the crown in, that's what
no, it wasn't damaged. The gold reacted with the chlorine. It must have been a very high chlorine level.
Well, all I can tell you,
18 karat gold is not inert. It is mixed with copper.
I was on a cruise ship last month with a full gold Rolex in a hot tub, constantly in that hot tub. Filled with chlorine. So no problems.
So you're probably correct, but I mean, this is probably some crazy Airbnb. They probably had, the chemical imbalance is way off. And people got to the bottom of it. It is possible.
It's probably psychosomatic is what it is.
No, they had pictures. They had they had pictures. It was definitely turned a dark shade of effectively rose gold. In one.
Oh man, if you could turn gold into rose gold's more expensive. Like we all need to dunk our yellow gold in solid bleach, to get that effect. That's cool.
Yeah. No, but look, this is not a lie. This is not an urban legend. Like he posted because no one believed him and they called him out.
I saw it on the internet. It has to be true.
Has to be true.
I'll find the Rolex forum post but the thing is, like, at a pure scientific basis, 18 karat gold is not inert. Pure gold is inert, yes, but 18 karat gold is mixed with things that will react with things like chlorine. Stainless steel, you're fine. I'm not telling you not to go hot tubbing with your Rolex, but just choose the right one.
Well, I even did it with the old gold because I have a two-tone date just actually a two-tone date that's like 30 years old, and that survived many hot tub too. The cold.
Right. So I'm not saying that like any hot tub is going to kill it. But I'm just saying, like, if the cool guy doesn't know what he's doing.
I want to know where his hot tub is. I'm going there. We're going to do this.
Okay.
Let's do it.
I'll find the post. I'm not, like, I saved it in a document. Like, it's one of those things, like, I'm saving this off.
We're showing up at that guy's house, you and me. We're going to do an experiment.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about dive watches, right? And hot tubs.
This was just a date just. Any watch is fine in a hot tub.
Super chat.
Honestly.
Super chat. We got super chat from Thompson 4. $2 cherry pie turned to banana cream pie. Best pew.
I think he means best pie. I think he means
best
pie.
Cherry pie turned into banana cream. I don't know. I don't like bananas. I don't like cherries. And I like caramel chocolate. We got a super chat, fella, $2.
I think it was
Aussie, $2. Explain how your BTC view could be wrong.
Bitcoin.
Aussie's never wrong.
Explain how it could be wrong. It's inevitable. It's set in code. Good money throughout all history has been replaced. Good money always replaces bad money. It's just an inevitability. It's a matter of time. So yeah, up to you. I mean, if you think that it's like, oh, it's Ethereum that will take over, it's like I've got a different spiel on why utility tokens are not Bitcoin. But anyway. So if you think I'm blinded by it, it's like, yeah, I am. So there are aspects to governance that could create problems, but I mean, any investment has far greater governance issues than potentially Bitcoin. Like if you invest in companies or S&P 500, you know, it's like those have far more governance concerns than Bitcoin.
So what you're
Are you a
saying
Dave Ramsey fan? Are you a Dave Ramsey?
No, because I'm not in debt, but I'm a fan from the perspective I'm not in debt. So his key is like get out of debt, and I love that.
He says you should buy a home as well.
Well, he also says not to have a mortgage to buy the home. He says buy it in cash.
No, he don't. No, he says get a mortgage, not for investment property, but for a home. He says you can get a mortgage. No, he's all for mortgage on your principal place
and then pay it off as fast as you possibly can.
That's right.
Yeah, which is stupid. Well, I'm not arguing it. I'm not arguing. I'm just asking you your opinion, Ozzy.
I think the main goal of getting out of debt is a really good idea. A lot of people also dangerously overinvest in their primary home. So like they use the mortgage as an excuse and the investment as an excuse, and they over leverage. And the reality is like in certain markets, certain microcosms, they can suffer huge downturns. And if they've overpaid, they can suffer downturns. And now they've lost more money than they've ever earned.
A bigger problem is people going into retirement with high housing costs. That's really, that's the bigger issue.
Yeah, I think there's also some weird tax laws in Australia that make it highly disadvantageous to maintain the family size home and so there's a huge tax penalty to downsizing in Australia, as far as I know.
So
like
basically,
you lose your
to sum up your bit for you, what you're saying.
Yes, you're right. That's correct. No. Just hang on a minute. What the rules are, Ozzy, I can tell you because I'm trying to. Okay, so basically, your principal place of residence is exempt from income test. So from asset, because what happens with the pension? If you have an asset base over certain amount, you don't qualify for the pension. So what happens is the principal place of residence. Now you could live in a $20 million house, and it's exempt from the counting towards your assets. Now the thing is, what happens is, in my dad's case, he's basically got a $2 million house, and he's got about 300,000 in savings and cash and in shares. 3 savings, term deposits, and shares, and he gets the full pension. Whereas if you were looking at his investments, you'd say, you know what, maybe it's better off he doesn't need the big house. But I like the big house because I can take ladies there and entertain them when he's on cruises, Just saying, I like to use that house, And, the house is called 100%. Did you know that? My dad's house, it's called 100%. Did you know that?
Why is it? What do you mean it's called 100%?
Okay, because every lady he's brought over in the Mercedes to show them his house, he's fucked! 100% fuck rate! The fuck rate!
Are you a chip off the old block? How are your percentages?
I've fucked more bitches in his. He just says to me, "Please clean the sheets. Clean the sheets."
You've had more women in your dad's house than your dad has had. Is that what you're saying?
No, I haven't. But I use his house every opportunity I get.
Of course you
Fuck
do.
yes.
He's got booze.
Yes. You know what? You only live once, fuckface.
You drink his gotch. You drink his booze.
Live once, and then we're dead. What are you going to do? Oh, Ozzy, can I tell you one of the biggest things? Talking about Dave Ramsey and that. Could you imagine, right? So you're completely stretched out. You had the big house. You had the women with the tits. You had the the Ferrari, you had a Lamborghini, you had a Rolls Royce, you lived it to the edge, and then you died. You say, fuck me dead. I lived the life. But could you imagine? You never bought that car. You know, like when you see these guys, they're simps. Oh, I'm going to start dating when I've lost a few pounds. I've got to lose 10 more pounds, and then I've got the courage. You know what? Tomorrow never comes, sunshine. Get off your fucking fat ass.
Well,
Get off your
yes for the life stuff. Yes for the life stuff. But when it comes to the material stuff, there's always a bigger whale than you. There's always a bigger whale. There's countless people that are far richer than fella.
You know, just when I thought I had a good Rolex collection, Aussie Expat comes along.
It's not about how much you got. It's how much enjoyment you get out of this shit. You understand?
That's why you should go.
Correct.
That's very true. Very true.
You're running, hot tubbing, and golfing in your watches. That's why.
Exactly. So, hot tub Rolex. I put a link in the chat, Mark. If you want to look at it, you asked for like the evidence. If you want to look at it together,
I think it's a fairly safe thing to do because basically you're talking about O-ring. If anything, water contact with O-rings, and which are usually may have a little grease on them, but chlorine on O-rings like over an extended period of time, yes, but it's
not an issue. Yeah, the waterproofness is not an issue. The 18 karat gold, that's the issue.
Oh yeah, well that chemical reaction, that's really interesting because you know we use like hydrochloric acid, I think is what they use for pH down, and then they use chlorine. And they use two different acids to adjust the pH and chlorine. You know, so if a hot tub had been like they'd really overdone one of the acids, you know, it could have been like a really super acidic solution, which you know against really open
chemistry,
fresh gold, you know, ready to accept the surface. You know, it'll just like anodize it essentially, you know?
Yeah. And it was just a surface thing. Like he had them just go through and brush it all and it removed it.
Oh, really?
It was definitely a surface reaction. Like it wasn't cleanable. You did have to repolish it to get the color back.
Can you guys tell us the pH balance of muriatic acid, please?
I tell you what, I wouldn't be taking it in there again. I hope he's learned his fucking lesson. If he keeps going in there, he's going to fuck his watch up.
He had a fake fucking Rolex. Please believe me, this was fine. He has a fake Rolex.
I used to work with muriatic and hydrochloric acids at work.
I mean, this wouldn't be that hard. I mean, someone's got to have some 18 karat yellow gold around to start exposing it to some pool chemicals.
There you go. I've exposed mine to pool chemicals every time I've been in a pool.
You know, I think the normal person that happens to.
How many gold pieces are you doing that to, and how? And
I've done that.
As I said, this is not a well-managed pool.
3 gold pieces over the course of 30 years. No, 4, because I forgot the bluesy I sold. Every watch, every gold piece I've ever had's been in that water.
But we're not talking about just any water. We're saying it was clearly mismanaged.
Look, if this guy didn't get out of the water,
I mean, how bad?
Peeling off.
How bad is it for the person?
The
I mean, if it did that to the metal, what's it doing to the skin?
If his skin didn't peel off, his watch is
wouldn't be the first time that someone had a bad experience of a hot tub.
Probably had an Invicta Rolex. I'm just putting it out there. He probably got it on that trip to Bangkok.
Look, there's 18 pages of comments. Just about everyone who could look at a Rolex has probably looked at that Rolex.
You can't tell some of those fakes from a picture taken with a potato on the internet. Just putting it out there.
It's a pretty good photo. It's a pretty good set of photos, honestly.
My extensive experience contradicts this nonsense.
Okay, how about we just ask ChatGPT?
Honestly, the hot tub isn't that hot.
ChatGPT
doesn't. That's not the heat. Yeah, people think the heat's a big deal. It isn't a big deal.
We have like 141 people in the chat right now. If any of you own a Rolex and have ever had any kind of damage out of a hot tub, 2-year gold specifically, put it in the comments.
And don't forget the upvote.
Right? Nobody has put that. Believe me, we would have heard from people. This happens to nobody. And the one.
Well, I've gave evidence that there's at least one person saying it, and there's a lot of people who looked at it, and chemically it's plausible, but. Okay, ChatGPT says, yes, a mismanaged hot tub with improper chemical levels, especially chlorine, can tarnish 18-karat yellow gold. Chlorine can be particularly harsh on gold and other metals, causing them to corrode and discolor. This is because chlorine can break down the metal alloys that are mixed with 18-karat composition. It's usually advisable to remove gold jewelry before entering a hot tub or swimming pool, because exposure to chlorine and other chemicals might cause damage. Let me do a deep research thing. I want to say precisely which chemical reactions are we talking about.
What I would like you to do is put one of your gold rollies into pool chemicals or into a very strongly done pool, and then let's see what happens.
I'm not going to do that. I already know that there's a risk.
There is,
and it's not just a risk. It's not like maybe this is a story that could happen. Like, no, chlorine will react with copper. Copper is one of the alloys. Hence, 18-karat gold will react with chlorine.
Read 30 Danny's comment. It's the same as mine, but go ahead and read it.
I find these stories hard to believe. I've been in pools and with all my gold watches. I call bullshit. I am not surprised that you find this to be information, but we have to remember that 18-karat gold is not pure gold.
I read
half of it, literally half of it is not gold.
I read something on the internet, for fuck's sake.
Well, let's pull up the image. Let's pull up the image. Can you?
The image. I don't know how to pull up the image, but I don't even care about the image because it's just something on the internet. It's a deep fake. It's a Photoshop. It's here. Hold on. That is such bullshit. Look at that. I have that watch. I have that fucking watch, and in an older version, which if anything would be more susceptible to a problem. Because that's a more modern one. I have one with a Hesselite crystal. Trust me, that is a fake watch. That's a fake, that is a fake fucking Rolex that you're looking at right there. It is a Fugazi. Oh my God, how do you not know that? You are such a smart man. How do you not know? Oh, I know. It's the 1/20th of the.
No, look, there's a lot of people here who've weighed in on the subject.
There's a lot of morons on the internet. There's a couple dozen of them in this chat room right now.
Look, I've found Rolex forums to be the best place for info. Look, it's not. I'm not going to say you're wrong, as in like there's no way that this can't be right.
So unconcerned.
But it's
Super
like
chat.
this is, yeah. We'll see. I'll look it up. I'll look it up. As I said, it's not hard to figure out whether or not chlorine can react with the chemicals in gold.
I don't think it should be hard to find out either. And I also believe if that was happening, we would know about it, and there wouldn't be some one random fucking idiot on the internet with his obvious fake watch trying to spin a tail. The Kingpin, $2. Mark, what are your least 3 favorite Rolex models? So most of the dressy stuff, I'm not too fond of the I don't really like the date just line at all, but especially the ones with the smooth bezels. So I don't care for that. I really used to hate the whole Cellini line before they got rid of it. The 1803 or whatever that thing is called, 1907, that's not bad for a dress watch, but that I would put that on my list because I don't like dress watches at all. And let's see. So the whole date just line, the 1907, and then let me come up with a third one that I really don't like. Oh, I know that Yachtmaster 2 that they discontinued. That thing was hideous, and it had a 10-minute timer on it that coincidentally, the frozen pizza takes exactly 10 minutes in the oven. So the only thing that was good for was timing a frozen pizza. So those are the things I don't like. Oh, the 1908. Yeah, it's pretty. It is pretty, but I don't think it's practical, and it's on leather, which means it's not waterproof and blah, blah.
It's actually higher functioning than like most watches are for people.
Yeah, esoteric says it's a
Like it actually
Toshiba.
does something that somebody can actually really use, as opposed to like most people just you buy chronographs and never use them.
Super chat from Mike, the Kingpin. Mike the Snake, what would you say makes the Rolex Submariner your favorite Rolex of all time?
I don't.
We got an unboxing.
Um,
Another unboxing.
Nice. We'll do that just as soon as Mike answers this super chat.
I'm a dive watch guy, and I've owned a number of Rolexes and Sea Dwellers, and a James Cameron as well. And the 41 millimeter sub that I had I felt that they had finally like worked out all the bugs on the design. They had the maxi case phase, and they transitioned to ceramic bezels, and now finally they fixed everything. They came out with a 41 millimeter sub, and I got one, and it was perfect. And I'm really thinking about just going one and done, and so I'm only getting one watch, and it's going to be a sub because I want it to keep it forever and be able to just wear it daily.
A hot tub.
I would take it in a hot tub, no problem.
Yeah.
Well, Aussie Expat says you're safe because it's not gold. Archie, is it cigars? I remember you saying
No, let's have. I have no idea. This is just turned up from DHL. Let's do an unboxing because I had some mania. I had mania. Remember
retail therapy.
Bad phase where I was just buying sorts of shit. I'm not quite sure what it is.
You're trying to tell me you're over the manic phase? You're over it?
I'm thinking of ambient moment.
Phase where the bill comes in. Okay. Let's have a look here. We got it here. It's come in. Oh, I think I see Cartier. Does that look Cartier?
Oh, did you order a box with no watch? Or is it a Roadster?
I don't know what the fuck I ordered. Okay. I really can't remember. I was going through some depression. I had some career depression syndrome where I didn't think the YouTube was going to be really viable anymore.
Could you go back to waste management or IT or drive Uber?
I certainly I would go back to anything I could. I would drive. I'd love to drive a truck. You know that?
Well, how's your driving record? Speeding tickets? Any?
I haven't got a truck license, but I could. I'm willing to learn. Okay. Here we go. We've got it. Oh, what is this thing? It's a beautiful box, and it is da.
Just a box. Ooh, something in it.
Oh, it's got a pen in it. Look. What sort of?
You ordered a pen because you needed more pen.
You mentioned that of last.
It's not any pen. It's a Cartier pen.
Wow. Nice. Beautiful.
And it's what is this here?
Can I just say I'm the author and I don't collect pens.
I love Cartier as a company. I mean, their watches.
I remember the reason I bought this pen was because many years ago, when I had an Amex card, they had a special. You got so many points, you could actually get a. They would actually give you a pen, and I had one, but I sold it on eBay, and I wanted it back again because I don't know. I liked it. I actually liked it. What's in this other box here?
Will you write luxury to lose with that Cartier pen?
Yes, sir. Oh, what's in here? Oh, what's the? Oh, it's another pen. I bought. Oh, I was on a bit of a spree. I bought a couple. I bought a spare. I bought another one.
An heir and despair. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat.
How does that work?
Can't do it. Why can't I do it as gay as Curly?
Super chat. Super.
I can't do it.
There's another Cartier
Super chat.
pen. Because you know why I bought these Cartier pens, don't you?
Yes, because you're desperately trying to lose your house.
No, because I got a box for pens. And I'm trying to fill the slots.
Oh, nice. You always said don't buy filler. And now what are you doing? You're buying filler.
But this is Cartier filler. It's different. The King pen, $5. AC3. If you were free to take your pick of the litter of GMTs at Rolex, how many watches down the GMT line would you be before you picked an Explorer? Okay, so if I could take any, I would be going Pepsi. I'd go Pepsi Jubilee, Pepsi Oyster. I would go Batman, Batgirl.
That's all.
I like that gray one. You know the gray one?
The Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. That's without going precious metal. Just talking steel tan. Yeah. Then I would go Explorer 2. I'd go black first because I've already got the white one.
Once you
And
go
then
black,
I'd go polar.
you never go back.
What did you think?
I think you took all of the GMTs before you went down to the Explorer. You took all of them.
Well, I'm just being
Frank,
yeah,
you're being
I
frank.
think that's frank and honest, don't you? What did you want me to say?
I feel like it's all gone pear-shaped is what I think, but we have another super chat.
Super chat. There we go. Anyone support the pen purchases yet?
Well, read the super chat.
Super chat. We got Bugsy Malone, $2. Now, Mark, be excited about Archie's new pen.
Yay! A new pen! 2 new pens! Yay! Yay! There we go.
Oh, this is a Alfred Dunhill pen. This is not Cartier.
No, it's real filler. You know what? They made good cigarettes. Remember back in the day, the
Dunhill. Yeah.
You know what my favorite? You know what my favorite cigarette was? Can I tell you? Can I tell you my favorite cigarette?
I used to know the answer to this, but wait.
Carlton.
I used to love Cartier cigarettes. See the tab? They had the white tip. The white tip.
You just put just the tip, only the tip.
I love Cartier cig. That was the cheapest. The cheapest luxury from Cartier is a Cartier cigarette.
Nice.
It's also the most dangerous. Did you know?
Yeah, that's true too. It's the only Cartier product designed to give you cancer, other than the Roadster.
Yes, mind you, the depreciation.
It's cancerous.
Yeah, Cartier. And I used to have Cartier cigarette lighters. We got a super chat. Bugsy Malone, £2. Now, Mark, be excited about Archie's new
I can't do it again. I already did it. I can't.
Yeah, you did. He did it.
Super chat.
Super chat. We got the Kingpin, $2. How much for you to take the Type 21 in AC2s? Ooh.
Yeah, that's a good
the
one.
problem is it needs a service.
Exactly.
And the seals haven't been done. Okay.
I've
got to get it serviced. I would take it in for $100 after it's had its service. Okay.
Well, how much for before?
You're asking for trouble, Mark.
I know, but what would make you, take the plunge?
I like your thinking, Mark.
Right?
I'd like $1,000.
How about 500? 1,000's a little excessive.
No. Well, I mean,
Well, a destroyed Breguet, I can't even imagine 1,000 would make up for it.
He's got Bitcoin.
How much does a service cost?
No, you don't want to know. They give you a third
it's
asset.
about $1,000 US.
Aussie?
Really? For a Breguet with a complication on it, it's only 1,000.
Yeah, but it's not excessive.
Sounds.
Well, water damage might be excessive.
I think it's going to turn black. He's going to jump into the pool with that thing. And it's going to turn black.
Hey, I've been doing a little bit of research. There's a lot of reasons not to wear gold into swimming pools.
Hey, look at this. Look at this. He's become an instant expert now. You know what?
No, I see jewelers. It gets brutal.
Can you also Google entrepreneurs who don't believe in home ownership and see what happens to them?
There are none.
You're gonna actually find quite a few.
Yeah, they own.
There's a lot that are saying like this is a bad idea.
They own hotels. I would love to live out of a hotel or like a cruise ship and live the.
That's what my wife and I are planning on doing. Actually,
they've got a cruise ship called the World. Did you know that, Mark? You can buy a suite.
Yes.
It's called the World.
Yeah, there's a lot of those, multiples of those, but yes.
Yeah.
And some of the
I've planned my life. Like, there's going to be a decade where we don't have a home and we're just on a cruise ship. There's going to be 10 years of that.
The ultra wealthy actually own their own super yachts and they live on them.
I'll never get there.
Well, Bitcoin.
I'll never get there.
Bitcoin and
no.
Bitcoin and hair care products.
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen?
Hey, Matthew, how are you, man? What's going on?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
Hey, not too bad. What's happening, man?
Super chat.
A whole lot of nothing.
Super chat, Kingpin, $2. AC3 is the 5508 the best Rolex you've ever owned? Actually, the best Rolex I've ever owned. I reckon the best Rolex I've ever owned was the gold sub I had. Okay.
No hot tubs for you.
No, I love that watch. That was an amazing watch.
You took it into the pool. I remember you in a dress in a Herman.
But I had it serviced first. I had it serviced.
Yeah, but it didn't turn the gold brown.
Oh, I'll tell you, I was on fire. That video, I don't know. Can I share a secret with the audience now or not?
Well, sure. Let's try it. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know if I should tell you this, okay? But I had some marital problems. I met this new lady in Japan, and then I took her to Singapore. As you do. I just had the most amazing 5 days. By the way, she fucking started riding the cock carousel with other dudes, and the relationship is no more. But
I see.
I just had 4 days of hedonistic fun with. I had the most amazing time of my life.
Matthew, Matthew, you got to get rid of your YouTube and be only on the StreamYard app. So close YouTube. You're giving us feedback. Archie, why were you in the pool that day when you filmed that video wearing a dress shirt?
Got it.
I'm just trying to work it out. I think I used to swim because it was hot. It's very hot in Australia. Just sun protection.
I thought you were in Singapore.
Actually, Singapore, I had no shirt on.
Oh, well. I'm remembering.
When was this, Arch? Sounds like a hell of a time.
Oh, no, this is when I just sold my Calatrava, my 5107, and I had just bought a yellow gold 16618 blue.
Super chat.
Bluesy. I love that, man. Kingpin, £2. Matthew, are you a Breguet man?
Absolutely. I cannot wait till I purchase a Breguet. It's on the list, but it's not first in line for me right now. But soon enough.
You're a Breguet man to be. Super chat.
Hey, Kingpin. Super chat.
Hold on.
Super
No,
chat.
this one. Go ahead. Super chat.
Kingpin, $5. AC3, you're in the presence of a Rolex god. Aussie expat. Show some respect. His collection is worth 3 times your super. I know. Aussie expat, I must tell you, I love the fact you're such a Rolex man. Okay, I know I criticize you, but I do love it as well. Mm-hmm. And what I love about it is you're dedicated. There's a certain joy from just having one brand. You don't need to think about, do I get a Reverso? Do I get, because you think, no, I'm just a Rolex man. That's your answer.
Right.
He's got a Tudor. He's got Tudor.
But Tudor is a branch of Rolex. You know,
True.
Realistically, if you're a Rolex man, you can have a few tuners. That's okay.
Yeah.
What I must say is I really love about your collection is you've got some really heavy hitting solid gold pieces, and you love them. You really love them, and you share your
Absolutely.
joy. I must tell you, I met your wife. She is fucking beautiful. She's intelligent, very sexy, gorgeous, and you've got children with her. You've man, that is when you say how rich are you, that is wealth. Having a wife like that and children, that really is wealth. Okay.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you seriously,
They're healthy
you
too. You know, healthy and smart.
yeah,
Thank God.
you share your wealth with your wife. Like she's got beautiful watches. Man, you're living the dream. I'm very. I wouldn't say envious because I'm not envious because I'm
Well, you
so
have a
happy.
house, Archie.
We value different things.
I am.
No.
Archie has a house.
I'm not envious because
Like you have pie.
I actually like. I'm envious of Fella's
Yeah,
collection because
you're right. I got pie.
Fella's just a cunt,
Sure.
right?
Super chat.
But with you, I actually want you to do well. Does that make sense?
Thank you.
Super chat.
Thank you,
Super
Arch.
chat, Kingpin, $5. AC3, give Matthew a bit of love here. Let's find out what he likes in watches and how long he's been watching the show. Guess, fill us in there. What watches do you have there?
So I have the same thing I was wearing last night. Is it 116423? Hold on.
Nice.
Let me turn this out here. Can't really see it very well. Roman numeral.
Nice.
36 millimeter.
Wow.
We talked about it last night a little bit.
It's the one that is. It's the date just set.
For around 5 years now, and I have been collecting watches for about that time. But I've had many watches throughout time. But I have really loved kind of the statement pieces. And I've sold watches. I haven't held on to a lot of them throughout time. I've got a Submariner I've held on to for a while. I've had this Jubilee bracelet, fluted bezel for a while. You guys know next on the list is a Speedmaster. So, you know, I like holding on to pieces for a while, loving on them, and then kind of figuring out something else. If I like something, I'll get it. But I'm a lover of all watches. You know, I like Seiko, I like Tag, I like Breguet. I really want one of those. But, you know, I just got to spend some more time. Really, I just like celebrating watches. I really don't care what anybody's wearing.
Pump and dump.
Right on, man.
Yeah.
Right on.
Tell me, what is your grail? What's your out of all your watches? What's your favorite out of the lot? What is your one watch? Say this is it. This is it.
That I own or that I want?
No,
both. Give me both. One, what you own, and then give me the other one.
Okay, so I mean, right now, my favorite watch that I own is my Submariner. It's an 11 series. I love that because there's so many people who celebrate that watch. It's kind of like that's like the neutral ground for a lot of people. Once they get into that timepiece, then they really start to explore other lines. And I've seen many people wear a Rolex and then get into other things. So, you know, for me, it's probably going to be the Submariner. It's stuck around. It's changed somewhat, but it's still remained classic. And I think my grail would probably be a tourbillon of some kind. I just love tourbillon watches. And
yes, tourbillon, invented by Breguet himself, Marky Poo.
Well, yes, thank you for correcting his pronunciation without correcting his pronunciation.
Tourbillon. Yeah.
Tourbillon.
But yeah, so, you know, those are kind of the watches that, you know.
But they do cost $1 billion. That is true.
Yeah, that's the caveat.
All right. Well, thank you ever so much. Now, Archie, what are you doing there?
I'm sniffing my new pen.
Now, could you take that pen into a hot tub without damaging its finish?
No, it's silver. It's a Dunhill. This is a Dun. I love Dunhill. Remember Dunhill, Aussie expat? Do you remember Dunhill? That used to be such a cool brand. Now it's so.
Cigarettes. They had rainbow-colored cigarettes. Is that
They've moved
Dunhill?
away from that. They become a menswear, men's type of company.
But like, I want to know: is that silver gonna? Do you have to polish it? Will it tarnish?
Yeah, I'm wondering that too, because silver just tarnishes over time. You'll probably have to.
There's no silver that doesn't.
Even better, it does patina, but not where you're rubbing it as you use it. Right? If you hold it at the same position every time, then it'll have a cool pattern on it as the patina forms over time. That would be kind of cool.
I think the silver is a little bit hardier. That doesn't tarnish in the way that brass does, where it's more predictable. The Tudor came out that Black Bay 58925, the silver model, and they said they mixed it with certain precious metals to hopefully keep it from tarnishing, but it for sure still tarnished. So I'm not convinced there's any real solution to it.
No, I having polished endless amounts of silver, antique silver, I can tell you that silver just it tarnishes.
Mike, did you use what's that pink stuff that we used to?
Yeah, that pink metal, and it really stinky, smelled terrible, and but yeah,
Tarnex. Tarnex was the one that smelled terrible. The pink stuff, not as much.
Yeah, but we had both, and it was kind of
like farts.
If it was a punishment, like instead of a spanking or something, if we got in trouble, it was like, okay, you've got to polish the silver, and say, oh no. Believe me, that was worse than a spanking.
I got to tell you something. I think I wanted to ask you, Matthew, would you ever go on the dark side, the wild side, with your Submariner? When you said tourbillon, and I get it, tourbillon's a cool fucking thing to have. But would you ever say to yourself, like, if you really hit the big time, you got the golden scissors in the industry, would you go for a gold sub? And if you did, would you go for a black dial or a blue dial gold sub? If you were doing it really, really well.
You know what? That's a good question. And I have the answer. I would do the blue.
Of course.
Of course you do the blue. Everybody does the blue, unless you're a racist cunt.
The black
that's
dial
not
is
fair
for
to
racists.
people. That's not fair to owners of the black dial. Okay,
No,
that's not fair. Look,
I was in San Diego when I was when I had moved out there at the beginning of my career. I gone out there and I went into a store, and they had a display with a 24 karat gold sub. And the salesman at the time told me, they're like, oh no, we have to have a special display. We have to have a specific square footage for just this one piece. Not everybody gets this piece. And I was like, I want to hold it. Like, really, I just want to hold the thing. And
they're thrilled to sell them. Actually, they're very hard to sell.
I mean, it was absolutely beautiful. That's probably the closest that I've been to holding that much in, gold bullion ever. And just the color of it was immaculate. And I just thought to myself, this is just too cool to be true.
We've lost Aussie Expat. Apparently he's fallen into Aussie Expat has fallen into a hot tub. When he gets out, he's going to be a different color, but we will get his picture.
Yeah, I knew it would be, a slight green once I got in the hot tub with it, but
no, it will not.
Got it.
I've been in a hot tub with all kinds of gold. Anyway, we have a super chat.
CB, $5. Archie, I need a new friend to talk about Anage. Finish charge, unless your in-house expert Mike the Snake can take. What he's talking about is Higgins has left the conversation, which I must say I am very upset about, because I love the Higgy, I love the Higster, and I am sad about him leaving, but by all means, and I must say.
Well, he'll be back in a month or so.
Well, I hope so. Narc, actually, I'll be honest, Narc was a total cunt to him. And
Mark.
Narc was a...
No, I'm yelling at Mark. His audio's off.
I love that bag.
I love that bag. I like the queen who's in the coat. I can see. Me too. Your mic's off, Marky. Yes. What a very... Marky, if you got to go, man, don't fucking wait for us, man. Even me, I'm turned on by him. Even me, I'm turned in by him.
Yeah,
Fuck, I'm turned on by him.
Can't blame
Don't
you.
tell him what's happening on the other side of the camera right now.
He's taking off clothing. That's what's happening right now. Right, babe?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. How come you wander around the house naked?
Why can't I?
No, I love it. But, it's like, because we don't have, and we have no neighbors. So we're out in the boonies. No neighbors. You wouldn't care if we did have neighbors either, would you?
I did in the city.
You did that in the city?
Yeah.
That's funny. Well, I'm sure you had like lots of friends with binoculars living nearby.
There were always alleys.
You were naked in the alleys too? Well, don't answer. Actually, don't answer that. I don't want to know what happened. Don't you make a face like that. Motherfucker. I don't tell you my story. All right, moving along. Well, okay, maybe sometimes I do tell you my stories.
I gotta tell you, you guys are very sexy guys. You know that I love it, man. By the way, has the has Starbucks toy turned up yet? The doll?
Nope. The dragon, not yet. You should track it, kitten. I sent you.
What's the tracking say? What does the tracking say?
I don't remember. The tracking is somewhere.
I'm a Luddite. I can't help it.
He can track it. He'll track it.
The picture, right?
Yeah, I sent you a picture with the tracking information.
Oh,
but remember, Archie, you sent it by slow boat. Remember?
Well, I mean, it wasn't that supposed to be that. It's not that terrible. It was.
It's only been a week. I think it's been like maybe a week.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll turn up.
Yeah, I understand.
If not, you can just send us. If not, just send me the money. Are you tracking it? No, I'm talking to Archie. I was talking to Archie.
Yeah, no, it'll turn up. Don't worry, it'll fucking. I'm gonna check it now. It was a cool thing. It was just a cool thing.
Yeah. I hope it's not lost. I'm sure it'll turn up.
No, I'm having a look now. Oh, it's okay. Okay. Do you want to see where it is? I can bring it up on the screen now. Here we go. We got Sir Premium £2. Hashtag free Canada and free Greenland. The Pontiff. Thank you.
I turned off my.
Pull it up now. I'm going to pull this up. Here we go. Here we go. We can see where it is.
Whoa! No! Take that. No, take it off. If it's got. Never mind. Doesn't have my address. I don't. Just be careful with this.
Oops!
It's on the way. So what we know is still on the way.
Yeah.
Cannot be calculated. Delivery address. Yeah, good. Perfect.
So
because you know what? There's some weirdo.
It's arrived. Actually, the important thing is it arrived on Friday. It's in America, United States.
It's in America.
Yay! So just
it's in America. I
don't know if you know this, Archie, but there are some weirdos in your audience. When we get off the show, text me for the latest information.
You might want to reroute that.
Anyway, thank you.
Okay, so that's
close.
No, that's good. That's good. It's done.
Close. Here we are.
Yeah, no. I'm very happy that it's on its way to you because that's a beautiful gift. That's a beautiful. Fuck me, Dad. It was expensive, you know.
Yes, I know. You've told me that multiple times. Hashtag free Canada, etc. Thank you, Sir Premium. And now we have a super chat from
Cat Kingpin, £2, 2 Canadian. Matthew, is the sub the greatest of all time?
Arguably, yes. Yeah. I mean, it's remained one of the heavy hitters, you know, and it can change subtly and still be just as relevant as anything else. You know, imitated by everyone, you know, and throughout time, everyone has taken features of the sub and created their own version of a watch ever so slightly. So yeah, I would say it's the greatest of all time.
It's the classic. Phoebe, why did you skip my?
Why did we skip yours?
I'll get it. Sorry.
Free
Here it is.
Canada. Sorry.
Super chat. I got it
There we
up.
go. CB, $5. Archie, I miss talking. Also, inward angles. Not sure Mike the Snake want to do that for me. Can we get? I am trying to get Higgy back. I loved Higgy.
Yeah, Higgy's a good guy. Super
Why did I
knowledgeable.
keep hearing about Higgy dick pics? I really never understood what was the deal there.
I have no idea. I am always and always have been left completely out in the cold.
Yeah.
Nobody updates me about anything ever. So I come in oblivious, and everybody knows, you know, bliss is happiness, and
Yes.
so
There we go. Bliss is happiness. Thank you. Mike.
so I can't answer your question.
Let's look at Archie.
I got to tell you something. It makes me really excited to see that you guys love these streams, and I've got to tell you, really,
Now I see.
I got to tell you,
Mhm.
you guys are the best. Okay, you guys are always the best for me. You do your best, and that's the important thing. We've got another super chat. I got to tell you something, Matthew. I want to ask you something. With the Rolexes, if you were going to get a gold Rolex, would you go gold sub, solid gold GMT, or a day-date President?
Did you miss a super chat by CB?
No, we
No, we
fixed
did
it.
that. We fixed it up, Mikey.
Yeah. We went back.
What do you think? Matthew? What would you go if you're going solid gold sub, solid gold GMT, or solid gold day-date, the President? Which one would you?
El Presidente.
What's the earning for there?
I'll go for the presidential.
The date. Not a bad choice. Not my choice, but not a bad choice.
I like the day on the top at 12 o'clock on the presidential.
Yeah,
I think that's
cool.
pretty sweet.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I've thought about this, and I think if I was picking a gold watch, I'd very strongly go for the sub. I think that is incredible. The problem, I tell you what's wrong with the Daytona for me. I'm a fat fuck. I'm a big guy. The Daytonas, they wear slightly smaller. Okay. They wear slightly smaller. However, let me just say this to you. The GMTs, they're a good choice, but the sub is so strong. I love that bracelet. Tell me this: if you went President 36 or 40 mil, which one size would you go for?
Or the old 41, which didn't quite fit right.
I would go with
Was
a
it 45?
36. I think I would go for a 36 because the flutes on the 36 seem to just appeal to me better on the larger size. It's just, but then again, if it's all gold, it's kind of no contest.
They did 41s for like maybe 1 year, maybe two maximum. And it just proportionally didn't work. So they kicked it and went down to 40 and kept the 36. And then they have some smaller ones for the ladies.
I got to tell you something, Marky.
I
want to say it to you.
Say it. Say it to me. Say it to me, big boy.
If you suddenly got your own TV show, world's best dog trainer,
It was so
Mark
close.
Goldberg,
It was so close. It was this close. Actually, yeah, it was very close. But continue.
money came in, Bentleys, Bentaygo, his and her Bentaygo, his and his, I should say, his and his Bentaygo, hot pink for Satan's kit. If you're buying Satan's kitten a watch, what would you?
I would buy him. I would buy
any
him.
watch in the world. What the fuck would you buy him if money was just a?
Yeah. Do you know what he really? Do you know what he really wants? He wants the SpongeBob SquarePants watch that was a toy from Burger King in 1997. If any of you know where I can find that, that is the watch that he is dying to get. That is exactly the one. Super chat.
Super chat. Super duper chat. Kingpin $2. Mike the Snake, why are you not a GMT guy? He was very keen on the root beer at one stage.
Oh, that's true. You were going to get the root beer, Mikey.
I was, and I still will say I like Rolex's version of rose gold, their Ever Rose. I prefer that as a rose gold. I think it's the best. But there was a time when I was wanting to get a root beer from the AD. That was the goal, to get it from the AD. It wasn't like get a root beer at any cost, which is how I usually am.
Fantasy die, Marky? Why did that fantasy die?
Because I went and bought a motorcycle instead.
Ooh, and then the thing is, I remember you bought the motorcycle, then you sold a motorcycle, and then you bought another one again. I just can't quite work it out. What's going on, Mike?
I wonder the same things, Archie. I haven't figured it out yet, but I'm getting close. I'm this close. You know?
I hope you work it out, Mikey, because I'm a bit concerned about some of the choices that you've made in recent times.
Well, the only thing that's happened is I've lost some money, but that's not like the end of the world or anything.
Terry's joining us. Hello, Terry. I don't know if you're much of a pen collector. I had a few pens came in.
I wanted to tell you something.
Oh my God!
What do you want to say, Terry?
Don't breathe in the microphone. Don't hold it too close to your mouth. Don't breathe in it. But go ahead.
No.
Perfect. Much better. You got a microphone. Much better. Just don't put it in your mouth or your nose.
So actually, Archie, I was doing some thinking the other day. I got some surprising things I wanted to tell you.
Yes.
So you start your own watch brand, right? You start your own watch brand, and you can call it Chesterfield. And I'll tell you this much: Chesterfield,
like the cigarette.
Now, listen,
you know what? I'd rather.
You.
I think. I don't know. It's not my cup of tea. I'll be honest with you. I like to just be a staunch critic. It's not for me. I would rather be a critic of other people than actually do something myself. I thought about it. You know what? I had some offers. I've had offers. I've been approached. And it's just something that is not for me.
Were you approached by Seven Friday to design a watch?
You could start them at the £4,500 mark, all the way up to 10,000, and you could have your own website, even make your own watch bands, and
straps to last.
And only the finest materials ever, like all the top guys use. And certified chronometer movement. So you'd have to find a movement maker, not ETA, but somebody better, like Lamani or somebody, even if they still would make the movements.
You could make the Lyrique.
Well, yeah.
He's got to partner up with the ranch.
Sounds like a lot of effort. I got to be honest with you. It sounds like a lot of effort. I'd rather buy a third or fourth hand Bentley.
Yeah. But think about it, though. If you sold 60 watches in a month, that would pay partly for the Bentley or the Rolls, whichever one you want.
Yes, he's thought about this over the years, Terry, and he doesn't like the idea. Do you know why?
It's hard work.
There we go.
Well, it is, and there is a lot of competition. It's not like there isn't. No.
Now you could lease the brand to all these watch companies. So kind of like Puma, they came along and like they're premiering their.
I'd rather just speak badly about. I'd rather speak badly. I'd rather speak badly about everybody in the industry. I think that's.
You know what's funny? Is that Chopard uses the same exact ETA movement. I found this out today. I was reading on my phone. I found this out today. Chopard uses the same ETA movement that everybody else uses, except they charge Breguet prices for them. The Miglia, whatever it is. Like I had.
The Miglia is a bit. It's not that expensive in there.
You wouldn't think so, but they have a limited edition one that goes for almost 25,000. But
we got a super chat here from Kingpin. We got a super chat. The Kingpin, $2, $5, super chat. Kingpin 5. Matthew, would you consider yourself a Speedy or Daytona man? Good question.
I'm a Speedy man right now.
I agree. You know what? I honestly, the only Daytona.
If I could
have a Daytona,
right now,
let me say this to you. If I could have a Daytona, I want that Maserati blue back.
Yeah.
I don't even want the steel or the Panda. The Panda. You know what's wrong with the Panda? It's all the fuckwits who have one. I don't know. How do you find it? You got a Panda, Mark. How do you find it? All these fuckwits. You just
Yeah, but see, okay,
it's a beautiful watch. I love the Panda, but I could never own one because one, I don't want to pay the premium, and two, every douchebag has it.
Yes, but you know what? Among Panda owners, the question is when you clock another guy's Panda, you go, oh, from the AD or from the secondary market? Because it's a very, very small, extra little club of us that got it from the AD. And if you got it from the AD, you're like $20,000 ahead of the schmuck who got it from the secondary market. So the competition is to actually buy that from the AD. And I know some guys will tell you, hey, I got it from the AD. No, you didn't.
You know something? I actually seen Archie's watch, his Blue Dial Daytona, a couple of weeks ago in America, priced with box papers and everything else, only won 3 times, right? Perfect condition. Okay. 19.5 out the door.
Yeah, they're unloved. The two-tones are unloved.
Yeah. So
yeah, that is true. Crazy. Super chat for Terry. Super chat.
Super duper super chat. The Kingpin, $5. Interesting. Kingpin, $5. Terry, which brands really cut the mustard on the Chesterfield scale? Blancpain, Ulysses Nardin, Borman, Mercier, Mido. Out of those brands,
Mido.
Well, what brand? The only brand I would actually consider
Blancpain. The reason being with Blancpain is because they're nice, but too though they're hard to find parts for. They really are. So here's the thing: they're hard to find parts for, unless you live in like certain parts of Germany and Switzerland and places. They're hard to find parts for. They really are. The Ulysses Nardin, no, because that's more like a brand that you would buy like if you were part of a yacht club or something. But though that's what they would sell there, the private yacht club. But really though, yeah. And the Borman Mercier, I had one for about 7 months. I didn't really like it because it got scratched the hell out of. So It was nice, but here's the thing: it had a flyback function. It was their new movement from LUXURIA, which is owned by Citizen. I'm sure you knew that. LUXURIA is owned by Citizen. That movement company.
CB, we got our Higgy replacement in Terry. There we go.
So
we got a super chat just come in. CB, $5. CB, we've got our replacement. Show the proper Speedy I sent you. Now this, in my opinion, is the most beautiful Speedy
I'll be right there.
ever released. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Solid gold. These came out as a special edition, and I think the yellow gold with that brown bezel. These used to be cheap, you know.
No,
Marky, when I got the gold sub, I could have gone for one of these.
These are crazy now.
Yeah, they're fucking beautiful. They're really they're a beautiful watch, Mark.
I love the black markers on that watch.
Mm-hmm. Obsidian. Very nice.
It's gorgeous.
Is that CB's? Is that CB's watch?
Here we go. We got Madman, member for 47 months. Good morning, Arch. Here's a shot of my favorite too small Daytona. Hashtag Maserati Blue forever. Hashtag Rolex men make Breguet moments full of tears. I must confess, Madman, I really want to get that watch back. However, I don't have the money, Mark.
However,
you know, it is such a, you know, one thing about the Breguets, I love the Breguets. I honestly, that Maserati Blue Daytona, it was incredible watch. But I must say, if I was picking a solid gold chronograph,
Baume & Mercier charges protect prices for replacement bands. That's a true fact.
Baume & Mercier are nuts.
You go on their website.
listen, did Madman send you a picture?
No, he's talking about the avatar picture. The avatar. Avatar.
By the way, corner. Madman has gifted 10 Archie Luxury Livestream memberships. 10
memberships!
10. Not 9. 10.
He's a cool guy. He's a very cool.
Look, guys, look to see if you are one of the lucky 10 recipients to a gift membership.
Like for Baume & Mercier being a mediocre brand, right? Okay. They've got a long history, founded by two brothers. Here's the problem, okay? They charge, if you go on their website for one replacement band in leather, they charge like £700 for one replacement band. And they're made in France, of course, but
I'll be back. One moment. I'll be back. One moment.
Oh dear God. Do you mind? Well, okay. Let's let me redo this.
Mr. Goldberg, have you ever bought a Baume & Mercier in your life, or have you ever been given one?
I have never. I have never bombed, nor have I ever Merciered. However, now that you mention it,
sounds like a fancy name. It really does, but you know what I'm saying? It's like that what you buy, and it kind of lets you down on the inside because you know it's not.
It's a shitter,
you know. So
I'd rather have a Bell and Ross. The Kingpin, $2. Matthew and Terry, what's your guilty pleasure watch? Go ahead, Terry. You first.
Guilty pleasure watch. I would say quite simply, the one I look at the most, and if I could buy right now, it would probably be the Speedmaster.
No, but your guilty pleasure is like a shitter that you like something crappy, but you like it anyway.
Mito.
Yeah, I have a Mito. And I love my Mito. I hear you. Okay, Matthew, what's your guilty pleasure watch?
I would probably say it would be a super deep sea dweller.
You have a newer one.
But that's not guilt. There's no guilt involved in buying a Rolex. Something that makes you feel guilty. You know, like a FIBO.
Okay, let's see. So, I mean, guilty is gaudy and obnoxious.
All right. Well, you can define it however you want, I guess.
Yeah, but I would probably say a oh man. I don't know, gosh, I'm just kind of stuck on that. I would probably say a
deep sea. How about the gold deep sea with the titanium back?
I mean, that's pretty hot, Yeah, that's pretty hot.
That has to weigh like a pound, like a literal pound.
Yeah, I know. What's the Omega? Was it the Ploprof? Is that what it is?
The Ploprof.
Ploprof. Yeah, that to me is just crazy, and it looks like
cool.
a tractor on your wrist.
Super, very industrial, very cool, very old school. I love it.
Yeah.
I tried it on once. I loved it. Tried it on in Mexico. Back in my Mexican residence, I lived there briefly, and yeah, very cool.
But
I went to
something about Blancpain, Mark, is that they actually are a promotional partner for Lamborghini Racing. That's something I did find out there.
Most of them are just too big for me. I tried the 50 Fathoms on in a boutique in the Hong Kong airport. Cool airport. They had like boutiques for every brand you'd ever want, but it was like wearing a pie plate on my wrist. It was huge, even for me.
Oh, I got a super chat here. Got the Kingpin $2. Terry, Matthew, and Terry. What's your guilty pleasure watch?
I already answered my Mido, and Mark was like, because he's got a newer one than me. So
Matthew, what's your guilty?
I said Ploprof by Omega.
Yeah, CB $5. Thanks, Arch. I would stick with Higgy possibly. We'll try and get the Higster back. Okay, I am working on it. Tell me this: how do you guys feel about NATO straps? Would you put a NATO strap on your Rolex?
Super chat. Oh Christ, no. Super chat.
Here we go. Kingpin $2. Terry, how would you change Archie's outfit today?
I don't think I could, because you always wear such a sharp shirt you haven't made for you. So I don't.
Yes,
yeah, this is the Herman Sows. I'll show you.
So look at you. You already
the label at the back.
Hey,
Are you
wearing
pants?
See, that's what rich people wear. They wear the real shit they haven't made. They'll buy off the rack.
Are you wearing pants? Why? Are you?
Hey, what's your initials at on that one? Is it on your sleeve?
Horatio.
I've got my full name.
See?
Full name.
There you go.
Full name. Look at that. Full
Even
name.
on screen, you dress like a billionaire.
There we go. Thank you.
You know what? 2 days ago, he was dancing in his underwear with a ripped-up T-shirt, Terry.
You don't mention that. Terry wasn't there then. We don't need to mention
I need him to know.
Do you have your underwear with your name in them?
No. By the way, speaking of underwear, I've got to go to the discount store and get some new underwear for myself. I am going to film that for the audience. I will definitely be doing that. Some beautiful underwear. I got a few things that I've got to buy for a couple fans there. I got to get a bucket of beef, some protein pills, powder.
Brief.
Are you in the market for a new suit? Are you in the market for a new suit?
I got to be honest with you. I had a bit of a spending spree.
Hello, I'm Archie Luxury, and welcome to the program. Today I'd like to introduce a new service, Archie Luxury's fashion advice for a fee. That's right, for $10 US, Archie Luxury, fashion advice for a fee. A new service to fans of the Archie Luxury channel.
I wear it as a dress. See, it's a man dress. See, because it's long enough.
This is horrifying.
So look, it's a dress. It's a dress. I can go like that, can't I?
Very simply. Send me the money to in the details section of this video is a PayPal address you can send the money to, and then send me a photo of your question. If it's say you want to know, does this briefcase, should I buy it? I'm a lawyer. should I buy this briefcase or should I buy this one, or what do you recommend? And just tell me, give me a paragraph about what the problem is, and I'll answer it for you. I'll give you Archie Luxury's professional opinion. So there you go. Fashion advice for a fee. A new Archie Luxury service.
Oh my God. That's
Thank you. I love that.
We got some super chats in here. We got Madman $10. The white Speedy cured me of my panda desires since Christmas. How long will this sentiment last? Mark, please try out the 42mm 50 fathoms. Perfection in my humble. I must tell you, blank pane 50 fathoms. That's kind of considered the luxury dive watch.
It is, yeah,
And-
it is. It's a beautiful piece, but they're hard to get parts for. They really are. Unless you live in certain parts of Europe, they're hard to get parts for. They're not like Rolex or Omega where
Well,
they
you
can
have
get
to.
the parts.
Well, even
you know.
Rolex, you can't get parts for Rolex. They won't sell them to you anymore.
Well, no, you have to send it off to the factory usually. So and it takes about, I guess, a month or so.
They used
we
to
get that.
supply indies. They did so many things, but
Yeah,
it has really changed. It's no longer what it was. And
no, it isn't. No, it really isn't. You
it's-
walk
it's
into the
a-
AD
it's a
now, they
huge-
just look at you like you're a blind man or something, and they really, they're so snobby. They
Yeah.
act like, okay, you can only get a new one in maybe 2 years as long as you put 5,000 down on the wait list, and then that's to get you on the wait list for 2 years if you want a new model.
We've got another super chat here. We've got another super chat. CB $5. Mr. Goldberg, here there is a pro prof la nude for you. Pull up the picture. Now he sent me. I gotta tell you.
Pull it up, Arch.
Just
I
getting it
bought my
up now.
Rolexes pre-owned. Actually, my second one came from America before I got rid of it, and it was from a place in Georgia. And
What made
called
you get rid of it? Why did you get rid of it? Why did you get
because-
rid of it? What?
Well, because I'll tell you the real truth. I actually traded it for a 1960s Audemars,
Wow.
which was a dress watch. It was solid gold, and it was a manual one. But I had no affectionate for it. Was too small. It was beautiful, kept accurate time better than the Rolex.
I wanted on a bracelet, but
It had a genuine alligator band on it. It was aftermarket. It was from the 60s, well looked after. I'm assuming it was like an estate watch or something. So I traded it for that one. I only gave $3,900 for the 14,000M. And the guy said, the Audemars was well looked after. However, I don't wear elegant watches because I don't ever go out anywhere to wear such a thing. So usually I want something robust, like an everyday watch, that can take a clang and a bang, whatever. You hit a drawer or something, it's not going to fall apart, So that's what's the whole thing of it. And that's most of the time what I don't, often would wear a $20,000 watch. However, that doesn't mean like in the future, in another year or so, maybe before then, I wouldn't consider buying something different. Because it's like this: if you're going to wear a watch, a Rolex can take a beating. That's certain. Like if you're in a harsh environment.
What did you think of? We had Aussie expat. He plays golf in his watch. What did you think of that?
Well, yeah. You can wear it. A Rolex. You can.
Well,
wear
you can do anything you want. Doesn't mean it's going to last. I mean, fuck, it's not meant for that. Come on, man.
Paraflex shock absorbers.
Rolex.
Would you do that, Mark? Would you do that?
Yes.
Rolex promotes golf. So that's the thing. They're one of those. So,
but they don't wear the fucking watch. They put it on the podium. Do you notice that?
Well, yeah, but because if they win like that one fridge guy is the tennis player who gets in, he's really good. I forget his name. You know who he is. He used to do him for Rolex all the time in the early millennium, and every time he'd win the tournament, they give him a brand new Rolex. I think it was one of the upper class models, like the GMT Master or something. And so it's just like in Formula One. If you win the race, you got a free Daytona. That's the thing, And
this is a beautiful watch, by the way.
It is. But here's the thing: nobody else in the world probably spends more money on advertising than Rolex. I'd say by far today, other than Patek. But I'd say Rolex spends the most, and they for advertising all over the world. You can go.
Do you know what their advertising budget is? Terry?
Probably today, I would say, versus 20 years ago. Probably, if I had to guess, close to I don't know, 80 to 150 million a year or more.
You are very, very close. Their advertising budget has been reputed to be roughly $100 to $125 million.
I believe it.
Per year, which means in any given decade they spend $1 billion with a B as in oh baby in their advertising budget. $1 billion a decade.
Right.
Well, they just lost their sponsorship for the 24 Hours of Le Mans, I believe. I think next year it's going to be, and I mean they've been an icon.
Oh yeah, they have been, yeah.
But no, they
somebody outbid them. That's all.
Replaced by Tag Hour, I think.
Well, remember when they were James Bond and then they weren't because they wouldn't.
Well, see, Tag Heuer actually, like I told you, that you go back in the 60s and 70s, even the pit crew guys were all wearing Tag Heuer chronographs. Because at the time, that's what they used to give them, in Formula One Le Mans. They were always giving them a Tag Heuer, like to keep the time. But they did have the Daytona, of course, back then as well in the 60s, 70s. And then they became popular. And then people, they give them the Daytona. And then you got the Daytona because you won the race. So the top winner, the driver, would always get the Daytona. I think Jackie Stewart one point said he had like 10 of them.
Stewart was a great driver.
Oh, he was, yeah. He got to drive the final one last time a couple of years ago. He got to drive the 330 P4. He actually won the race.
I love Sir Sterling Moss. I think my biggest hero.
Engine in it.
Yeah. So, yeah.
We got
my favorite
$5. Hashtag Pontiff Mankini Fund. That's from the Borat episode. We've got the Kingpin $5. AC3. Could we do a 30-minute podcast with Terry discussing tea sources, cream tea, and Breitling?
That's difficult because actually,
you can do it, Terry.
I've got a few I like of the biscuits and a few I don't. Tea. As the king that one generation founder.
Terry, what is
like
cream tea? Terry, for the Americans, I don't know what it is. What is cream tea?
Is it with heavy whipping cream?
Yeah, you can add milk to tea if it's a rock on tea. It's just you don't often do. Just like you don't add sugar to tea because it does ruin the taste of it. So
what do you add then? What do you do to sweeten it then?
Oh, you can also add honey or something, but you never add sugar.
No, I don't find the honey. Honey's okay for coffee.
Yeah,
but not for tea.
Yeah, you've been to an Indian restaurant, have you, before? Like an Indian restaurant where they, Okay, they have tea. I'm not making this up. They have special tea that tastes so damn good with the baklava. If you request a baklava,
they have chai.
But I don't know what they do to it. But the last Indian restaurant I went to and I ordered
it has cardamom.
Tea tastes so good.
It has
that
spice.
It tasted better than any coffee, and it really picks you up. And put you down too. But it's really
I like a
tea,
pip.
so.
I do like a pip there. We got a super chat here. The Kingpin $2. Terry, have you found a good chippy in America yet?
No, I haven't. No.
That's fish and chips.
You know what's funny though? I actually have been to parts of America before. Here's what's funny though. I find though they have a lot of antique shops. A lot of shops, though, just like England and Scotland does, but they have a lot more there too. Like I was in one, this guy must have had a whole store full of things from like the 60s and 70s, dolls and everything else, even watches. He had old Hamiltons there, Bon Messiers, a few Rolexes, watches there. He had the whole schmear. And I walked in there and he had all kinds of lots of things for sale. And he hired people to help him run it. And this is actually a dream I had like about 8 years ago, opening up an antique store. So
super chat.
Maybe you should do it, Terry.
Yeah.
Would you do
we go into business together, Archie. You get 50-50.
Super chat.
Yes.
Yeah, Archie doesn't like work. Not even 50%.
Well, he doesn't have to work. He can do the network thing.
Now you're talking.
Online. So he can just sign a few things, make a presentation right there.
Super chat.
So.
Super chat. We got a super chat that's just come in there. We got a super duper
You can't even be bothered, Terry, to
chat. CB $5 in a talking contest. Who would win, Terry or Eddie?
Oh,
I think Terry.
Are you sure? Because I usually have to think for a moment before I can answer. No, I don't know. I think it'll be a tie there, so I don't know. But here's the thing. I also brought up an interesting idea.
No, see, you're proving the point right now.
About you, Mr. Chesterfield. You could take your fancy pin around. You
what's
become
your
a
fancy
brigade
pen? What pen have you got there?
endorser
What pen
and
have you got? What's
an
that?
ambassador.
What kind
to
of
the
pin is
world.
that?
It's a Montegrappa. It's
You
a
got
Montegrappa.
What is it?
I
Give
got
us a look.
This is, but it's a roller ball. You don't like roller balls, but this is the Dulce, and they also have it in a fountain pen and ballpoint. It's a Dulce.
Yes.
You know why they call it that? Because it represents the sunlight in Napoli. I mean, not Napoli, Naples, Italy. And as you can see, it's beautiful pen. I love it. Right blue, all black. Yeah, it's well made. Well made. I like.
How much was that?
Super
this
chat.
one, £300. So
Super chat.
But
yeah, it's not cheap. It's not
very
cheap.
offensive.
Yeah.
Why are you adding yourself again, Terry? I don't understand.
Because I'm losing reception.
Okay, we got.
I'm losing reception.
And then this is number 2. It looks like it looks like what's his name? The Prime Minister. It looks like a pin that in modern
Winston
times
Churchill?
you would
Tony
use,
Blair.
because it's all black. So he would, if it was a fountain pen back then, he would have unscrewed it and signed documents, for war decoration. Well, that's the kind of man he was. So he would have used a black pin. So, but
offensive super chat. Offensive
fountain
super
pin.
chat.
So.
Here we go. The Kingpin, $5. Terry, for many of us, have you tried? Terry, for many of us that have tried to boot Mark for years, you have succeeded in defeating the pride of Pennsylvania Amish land. Bravo!
I've actually stayed in Amish land before, and I got to taste the goodies that they make all by hand. It was so good. Actually had a cream roll. It was baked pumpkin. Brought one at the bakery to take home with us all the way to the airport. It didn't make it on the plane, so.
Yes, good.
Well,
I got to
guys.
tell you guys, we've had a great show there. This has been a great show. I want to thank. What's wrong, Marky?
Yes.
No, I'm just saying it's been a great show.
It's been a great show. I want you guys
yeah.
to upvote. Upvote.
Tell
And
him,
I
Mikey.
want to thank everybody who
Tell
has
him, Mikey.
super chatted. It's
Do
important.
you know where Montegrappa is actually sold the most? And you're going to think I'm crazy for saying this. It's not Eastern Europe. Guess where it's
That's
sold
not why
the
we
most?
think you're crazy.
No,
where is it?
Guess who loves these pins? Not only Putin, but
Putin.
the Bulgarians. They love them. They
that
love
right?
Montegrappa. Yeah.
Tell me this. Let me ask you a question. Are you a fan of Omas?
Yeah, I had an Omos for a while, but I don't know what happened to it. I lost it.
I've got a triangle Omas coming soon.
Okay, mine was a
You
rotor
know,
ball.
the
It was a
famous
solid
called the
black.
360. It's the Omas 360.
This one was called the Jerusalem 5000 model. I don't know if you've seen that. And it was a rotor ball. It was just like the Montegrappa, but it was solid black. It had the box and papers with it. No, I go on
Let's
eBay
go
for
through
like
and thank our super chatters. We had Little
£150.
Dave, Rich Mitch, Rainer, Charles, Rich Mitch, Fella. By the way, I think that watch looks cool on you, fella. It's very, very cool. Use your watches. We got Mick Howard, fella, the Matthew Hare, fella, Torso 4, fella, the Kingpin, Bugsy Malone, the Kingpin.
I'm still considering a Tudor chronograph, though.
The Kingpin, CB, the Kingpin, CB, Madman. We love you, Madman. Thank you for the gifting the 10 memberships, Madman. That is a incredible contribution. CB, the Kingpin, Madman, CB, Madman, Kingpin, the Kingpin, CB, the Kingpin. Guys, that's the show for today. We will be back tomorrow. Please
One
stay
thing
tuned.
real quick. Before you go in to buy your...
Fugazi. What is Fugazi? Is that the piano brand? You know, the expensive piano?
Fugazi. That's the kind of... Fugazi is the watch that you dip in the water and it turns brown. That's a Fugazi.
Fugazi. Remember the
Isn't that
piano?
like
They
a
have a
fake
piano.
diamond?
Guys, we'll be back tomorrow. We love you all. We will be back tomorrow. See you tomorrow, guys. We love you. Thank you so much. See you later, guys.
Farewell.
Archie, luxury jumps on a Boeing jet, leaves behind a family, no regrets. He's got a birthday on your old Shanghai, eyes are on Mrs. Lai, the reason why. While in Brisbane, the tears roll strong. Chinese whispers called him to Hong Kong. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave behind the begging for the Luxy show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie's chasing dreams in the mystic land. Mrs. Lai brings coffee to his hand. Family's calls echo on the phone. He's miles away, lost, but he's not alone. In old Shenzhen's glow, he likes to stray. With Mrs. Lai, they bonk till the light of day. Pack up your bags and off you go. He's not showing up to New York, what show? Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Though the tears roll down in Brisbane town, Archie's 3-inch dick flops all around. Celebrations in the neon night, forgetting home, he's chasing new Asian delights. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Weeks later, Archie leaves his playground, comes back home, he's Brisbane bound. Comes up with stories that he's going bust, has to fool the punters to gain their trust. Pack up your bags and off you go. Leave the begging for the beach ball show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Archie spent the punter's money, he's in a fix. Spins a story that he can't eat bricks. All the lonely simps believe his scam. Grab all their cash, shove it in his hand. Pack up your bags and off you go. He didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls are sore. Comes on streams, he cries poor again. He's made 10, gives him $5,000, maybe 10. Archie thinks he's a big swing dick, cause the punters fall for his gypsy shtick. Pack up your bags and off you go. Didn't bother with the New York watch show. Archie flies where the dragons soar to romance Mrs. Lai until his balls